Hello everyone, this is Max Moreau, and I'm doing a quick little news-type update thing for you guys. I want to make this kind of a regular thing, probably once a week, where we discuss the previous episode, the next episode, maybe talk about games in general, and talk about other things that are going to be happening on the channel. So, first off, last week's episode was Time as a Variable, where we explored actually adjusting time and slowing it down and speeding it up. And I mentioned that we would probably do another episode that might investigate reversing time. That's really non-trivial. And I know people who watched it who know stuff probably already knew that, and the people who watched it who don't know that it's non-trivial probably don't, but it isn't. It's not an easy thing to do. But I may still do the episode just so that you guys understand why it's not easy to do, and we'll still get an implementation that works to a certain extent. It'll be limited, and it may not be mobile ready. We usually try to make things that aren't going to break mobile, but this time traversal stuff can be really tricky, especially if you have a system that's not discrete both directions, which I'll discuss on the show. So there's that. We've got this new announcement section, this is the inauguration of that. This is the announcement section now, officially, and other stuff. So there's a lot of negative press about the OUYA right now, and I'm a dev for it, and I have one of the dev prototypes, and so does my business partner Justin, and we actually really like the system, and we think it's getting a really hard rap for something that honestly, this should be garnering praise. What the OUYA team has done and the amount of time that they did it is tremendous, and I'll get more into that on the other video. I'll probably record that tonight. The other things are, we've got 2 new shows. They're in the works. One, we've recorded 2 episodes. They're in the can, as it were, but I have not finished editing on them. This is a show that actually has editing. And I think that Phil already believes that I do not know how to edit video because the fact that we don't have the show on YouTube yet. We wanted to have it on there as soon as possible. It's already been 2-3 weeks now, and we don't have any episodes up. All it is just basically me, Phil, and my friend Eric just BSing about games and stuff while we play Street Fighter. It's just a little fun thing. It might turn into something more notable later, but we're just gonna put it out there, see what people say, get some feedbacks, figure out if anyone even wants to hear us gab. The other show that we're working on, I'm working on, is I want to do a show about kind of more analytical on video games. Like we have Cooking with Unity, and I like to show how different games can do things, and I like to show how you can do things in Unity. This one's going to focus more on specifically looking at games that exist and breaking down their systems. The name of the show is Complications. I got the name from I was reading Wikipedia, as I sometimes do, and I was on a watch page, not a watch page, but a page about watches, like wristwatches, but older than this. And they made a mention that something that I just thought was brilliant, and I just couldn't believe that we don't use this in the games industry. They consider anything, the official term for anything on a watch that doesn't have to do with telling the time. So, like, if it's a date display, or if it's a chronometer, or if there's a timer, or any of these other things, in the watch industry, they call them complications. They don't call them features, they call them complications. And I thought that was brilliant, and I'm going to use that for my show because it explains exactly what the thing is. Because when you have a feature, yeah, it's a feature, like that adds things, so why would you not have more features? But if you view it as a complication, you understand, oh, each of these things that we have in the game are a complication. Each of these things are extra work for us to make in the game. These are real. This is real work here, and so I really like the term, and I want to get that out there into the mainstream. That's actually the real reason for the show. I want to do the show just to get the name Complications out for describing video game problems. But in the process, I'm also going to go over how games are made. Most of it's going to be black box. Most of it's going to be me speculating on how they do certain things. Some of it will be me doing research, and sometimes we'll have a little bit of white box work if we can. Actually, the first episode may start with that. I've got a prototype in mind that I'm considering recording tonight, along with the OUYA stuff. Is that it? Oh yeah. Final thing. So this is not related to the channel, but gaming news. So I recently played through, and this is one of those things that people don't like to talk about because of the legality of talking about it. But I'm going to just put it out there because I think it's important. I have beaten Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. I think Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon is it's some of the most fun I've had playing a video game in a very, very long time. And it's just fun. It's 80s old school sci-fi game done right. Like, it's done like the style of the 80s movies, not the style of 80s media, video game media. And although it does have a kind of 90s style CG cutscenes. Anyway, the point is, I didn't buy the game. The game's not out until May 1st. I pirated the game. And I want to put a public service announcement out there because I know that there's more people out there like me that probably pirated the game and probably had a whole lot of fun on it just because it's available online right now. Don't forget to buy the game. Please don't forget to buy the game. If you like the game, please buy the game. I have pre-ordered a copy on Steam. You should too. If you've played through that game and you thought it was already the greatest game in the world, buy it. They need the money. They need to prove to Ubisoft that this is awesome. I know some people probably are worried about the sellout quotient. I don't even think it's a factor here. It feels like a completely different game, even though it is really, like, game mechanically, it's very similar. But the thing is, like, when I was playing Far Cry 3, I thought, wow, this is like the movie Commando. I'm going through, I'm like gutting people with a knife. I'm chaining kills. I'm pulling people's pistols out of their own pockets and shooting other people with them. And I'm like, this is Commando. This is an 80s Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. And I think they realized that, and that's the reason they made this, because they turned it into an 80s sci-fi, one-liner filled, escape from New York style movie game. It lampoons games, it lampoons the current state of the industry. It has really good writing. I think everyone should check it out, and I think everyone should pre-order it. And I just wanted to put this out there, especially for the pirates out there that maybe buy games but might forget to buy this one because they got it early. So buy the game if you like it. Oh yeah, finally one quick word. Tron Uprising. So this is a cartoon show that I hadn't heard anything about, and it's awesome. Like, I'm a Tron freak. I mean, you can look at my desktop actually and see that I'm a Tron freak. This is footage from the early Tron 2.0, or not, sorry, Tron 2.0, sorry, Tron Legacy pre-production test. And I'm a Tron freak. I love this stuff. And I didn't even know there was a show. It's a cartoon show. It was on Disney XD called Tron Uprising. I actually found it when I was searching for Uprising, the 90s PC video game by Cyclone Studios, because I wanted to replay that again. It's a great game. And so I found out about it, and I ended up buying both seasons, and I ended up finding out that it may be canceled. There hasn't been an official word yet, but there was basically murmurs that it had already happened and that there was no word. I hope that's not true, because it's awesome. It's one of the best cartoons I've seen in a long time. It's really targeted towards, I think it works for kids, obviously, but like, it's complicated. It's about, I mean, it's very similar to post-war, pre-war World War II Germany in the presentation. It's very much about military control of civilians, and it's about reacting to that, and it's got a really great story. It's got great voice talent. It's actually got Bruce Boxleitner playing Tron. He is not the main character, though. The main character is played by Elijah Wood, and he's awesome, actually. And everything's just great. The first few episodes are a little bit rough visually, but it gets really smooth later, and it gets really good later. And I just wanted to say that if you're into Tron, check it out, Tron Uprising. And if you're Disney, please don't cancel this show. I didn't even know about it. Get some more word out there. If you just are showing this on Disney XD, of course no one's watching it because it's targeted. This is a show that a 30-year-old can enjoy, and you're showing it on the Extra D channel, which seems inappropriate age-wise. But I mean, if you want to bring in an older audience, that's fine. But it just seems like it's inappropriate for the older audience because a lot of people probably don't have access to that channel. I'm going to wrap it up here. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm surprised if you actually watched this long, honestly. But I was surprised about that for my show, too. So maybe I should stop being surprised. So I'll catch you guys on the flip side. See you guys definitely on Monday. And hopefully I'll have a couple more videos up tonight for you to peruse. Anyway, thank you very much, and good night.